come on. Yeah, they changed the format for it because that would be too easy. I don't know what week it is, like 32 maybe. Oh god, time flies by, we're already fucking mid-October. Anyway, it's super late, it's like 8 AM, I should really go to sleep right now. But I am not, because I did the good old, I won't film the vlog until I have done something that I can brag about during the vlog. And in the end, I did nothing, so now I'm gonna go to sleep, and I still haven't filmed the vlog because I accomplished nothing today. Only thing I actually did was fill my Kindle with Morphic and then read fics. And I did nothing else. I didn't even do the dishes, which I need to because I ran out of cereal bowls. So, yay! That's life. So, the week started pretty bad. I went to the thrift store on Saturday and I had a panic attack there because they built a new warehouse there and it's connected to all the other areas, but because of the new warehouse they changed the placement of everything, the adjustment of everything, and everything is not in the same place, and it feels like everything is new, and I lost my marks completely. It's pretty crazy and scary. So I did not handle it well, and like when I went to the desk for the clothing section, I was like, oh, that's crazy, it feels like everything's new. To the cashier that I never saw before, the volunteer that I never saw before, so I was like, you knew too, you know? And she was like, I don't know, I was there forever. And I started panicking because I was in a whole new place, I didn't recognize anything, I didn't recognize anyone, and that chick, that bastard, just told me that she was there forever and I never saw her before. It was like she was torturing me, so I had to get the fuck out of the warehouse and try to find something to ground me, and I did. The logic caught up with me because I found stuff that I knew was there before, and it was partly easier, but logic caught up with me, but panic attack didn't pass out. So yeah, that was great. And I knew I needed something to calm down and ground my body again, and I knew that I needed to go to one of my Mahjong friends after that, because she asked me to buy her some plates at the thrift store, so I went to deliver them to her, and that's what I did. The problem was, like, I stayed long enough to say, like, hey, can you give me something with sugar in it, so it, you know, settles my body into thinking everything is okay and calm down the panic attack. She didn't really have anything like really sugary, but we made it work with some oranges. That was very nice of her. But then she was all transphobe on me, and I knew it was just, you know, the casual kind of transphobia, and that in her mind she makes perfect sense and is just very tolerant, just trying to be logical, and it hurt so much because I thought she was my friend, and I kind of feel like she still is, but I don't want to be friends with someone who gives such a casual display of transphobia. And I don't know, it's just, it's really no big deal, because I'm gonna get far worse than that from people that I probably would care more about. I don't know yet, but it hurt because I thought we had something special. I thought we were friends, and then when I say I'm masculine, because frankly I was stressed something like that last Saturday, and you can tell me I'm feminine when I'm dressed like that. And she acted like I was insulting myself and tried to deny it as much as she could, because of course being trans and being masculine was an insult. And she violently tried to tell me I was not, and that in her mind I was a woman, and that was the end of the discussion. And it sucked quite a lot. It just sucked a lot. So I was pretty depressed after that, and I talked about it with my friends a lot, because it affected me way more than I thought. Abigail, just after her panic attack, she was like, "What's your opinion on it?" Because after she gave me her opinion, she wanted to discuss it with me, and I was like, barely out of a panic attack that I really don't like, that I really struggle with. Very hurt by the knowledge that my friend thought I was some kind of monster, probably. And I just didn't have it in me to just talk about it. And have the very lengthy discussion of explaining why trans people were not sick or something. I just didn't have it in me, and I couldn't spend an hour explaining to her why trans rights mattered and all. I just didn't have it in me. So I didn't. And after that I was depressed, and I was supposed to go with her to another thrift store tomorrow. And I cancelled because I gave the excuse that I'm sleeping during the day those days, so it's not doable, which is true because I'm about to go to bed, it's 8 a.m. But I don't want to spend a meal, a whole afternoon, 2 hours closed in a car with someone who just violently denied that I was masculine and who gave me transphobe stuff. I just don't want to do it. I talked to one of my tarot friends, and he told me that the solution would be to discuss it and to have communication about it, and that I had to sit her down and explain to her how it hurt me and why she was wrong about it. And I know I should, but it's like, I'm supposed to what? Call her and tell her, "Hey, can you stop by? I'm gonna have to give you a 2-hour lecture on trans history and rights." And no, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that was a bad start. And after that, I went and bought some gas, some cooking gas. And I went to the Emperor card, and yes, I was still pretty depressed, but it still had some fun. And I took a few pictures, not a lot. I was really just going through the mood this time. I daydreamed a bit about an RV they have floating in the back of the go-karts. And yeah, I've been daydreaming about the RV and getting in and restoring it for about a week now, but I decided against it. Maybe if they still have it in a few months, well, maybe, and have it for Easter would be nice. Anyway, I went there, I got some apples, and that was nice. And they told me about a farm not far from there that had pumpkins. So I went back on Wednesday for it. Well, yeah, I'll talk about it. Yeah, I did some laundry, and I did a huge batch of food. Cabbage with sausages. And I organized all of my scarves on the same place than all of my umbrellas, which it's very cluttered and it's not very aesthetic, but all of them are there, so I can really have the choice and I can see all of them, and it's kind of nice. I will try to find some way to display all of them in a more neat and organized way, but for now it's working, so I'm gonna take it. On Sunday I went to the pharmacy. I sent papers to my landlord. Papers that was probably gonna be used in the transition from the old landlord to the new landlord, which is nice. I bought some supplies for all of my crafts because I was in need of some of them. I did the dishes and I did some cooking and I rested at least as much as I could. On Monday I went to the tarot club. I went to the pharmacy again. I went to the pharmacy like 4 times this week. And I started the hair for my Emily doll. And they are done now. And they look pretty cool. So I think the head is actually done. So that's positive. I'm the one to probably not gonna work anymore on the hair. Like maybe cut it once it's all done, but so it's, you know, more even, but that's about it. I don't want to push it and do a hyper realistic thing. I will let it at that. It's gonna look close enough, especially if I put some black fabric paint into it once I settle it. And I did some more laundry, because apparently I did a lot of laundry. On Tuesday, I went to the hardware store to pick up the supplies that I needed. And to get the package that I needed again. I went to the pharmacy again. I printed the mandala for the pie that I did yesterday, I think. I called the vet because G puked, so that's what happened. I did some archery, I did, on Tuesday, and I worked on the hair and the bird cages, the lanterns and cages for my fairies. So from my supplies that I bought is some wood stain that I used to stain the little pieces of wood adding decoration, and it's looking way better now it's stained. So yeah, I consider them finished, that's cool. I cleaned the lanterns that I bought, and I almost finished repainting and revamping properly those, so they still need a bit of brown, I think, a bit of brown and yellow, and they will be done. And I can put fairies in them, well, skeleton fairies. And also they smell like cinnamon, which is always nice. So yeah, it was a good day, Tuesday. On Wednesday I had to get up because I needed to go to the vet at 9 AM, which means that I had to get up at 8. Considering that right now it's the time that I'm going to bed, you can see how that did not go well. So I slept maybe 2 hours, and I'm not sure I actually slept. I'm pretty sure I just laid there and waited for time to pass that night. And so I took G to the vet. I went to the farm to get pumpkins. I wanted the big ones, but apparently I got full and they don't have the big ones, so I took 5 of those and I picked them myself, and they're really pretty and they're really cute. They're not very big, but that's the only kind that I can find, so I'm gonna take it. And then I went to the pharmacy again. No, the pharmacy was later. And I went to sleep. because I was drained. I woke up around 1:30 because the vet told me I had an appointment at 2, and I got back to sleep because I fell back asleep, so I was late for the vet, who called me again to say, hey, where are you? At 15 past 2 p.m. So I rushed there, still half asleep, so it was not great. I took G back there, and then I think I went back to sleep again. And when I got up, I cut out the mandala. I finished the wood staining. I worked a bit on Emily, so at that point I finished the carving part, so now I really need to do the building the limbs back, the bones back up in Fimo, and attach it to it. So that's the next part. Then once that is done, I can start on the clothes. And God, it's taking so much longer than I thought it would go, and I regret, because at first I wanted to do a zombie and it was supposed to be messy and easy, and now I'm doing Emily, which is a lot harder. But also, being Emily gave me the motivation to do it, which making it a zombie, a boring zombie, did not. So there's something, at least. So I'm still working on Emily. It's still not done, but at least I stopped cutting myself, which is an improvement. Yesterday I wanted to do the Fimo, I did not. I baked an apple pie with about half the apples that I picked up next night, and did some apple cider with the rest, with the bits that would have gone into the trash. Been working on the cages and lantern, the black ones. They're not done. I wanted to do the sunrise this week. I did not find the time or the energy. I found the time for little crafts that took time to dry in between coats, you know, so that's what I did, but I just couldn't find the energy to start to paint an entire wall of my bedroom. It was not going to happen. Also, I want to make some trials on paper here, the same way I did for the sunset. The problem is that I do not have the room, because there is constantly some crafting project drying on there. So that's what's happening, and yeah. Overall, I did manage to cross and the orchard and the pumpkin picking off my list, which was nice. And the vet, she's doing good, by the way. She's doing good. There are still some inflammation and hurting on gallbladder, so she still needs antibiotics and help, but she's going to be fine. She's still healing because it's slow, but it's okay. Also, we've been running out of gas, and prices are getting higher and higher, and it's depressing. And I'm starting to be a bit scared that there is literally nothing I can do about it. So yeah. Next week I really need to dye those so I can finally start embroidering them. I want to finish Emily. I want to paint the sunrise. I want to do the Winnie pot, now that I have the supplies for it. And that would already be quite a lot. That would be nice. So yeah, and also it would be cool to start on my costumes. So we'll see if that happens or not. We never know. I do have 2 costumes to make this year. But I took some wood for the beast in the orchard, so I'm gonna do it anyway. See you next week!